Hi, hello everyone. I am super excited to be here. First and foremost, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sydney, and I am a fifth year senior at Oregon State University on the women's track and field team. I could not begin my time here without first thanking Damn Worth It and the Asha Group for allowing me to be here to speak with you all today. I am beyond honored to have this time with you all because I too have struggled with my mental health in high school and in college. The topic of mental health, for me, that wasn't introduced to me until I was in middle school. And unfortunately, it was around a time that a dear friend of mine suddenly took his life that spring, specifically in the month of April. I remember time freezing, and I quite didn't know how to feel. I, as well as the rest of the eighth grade class, learned right away the different stages of grief because we were all experiencing it at the same time. From then on, I started noticing different ways people were just experiencing life. I saw depression, many forms of depression, many forms of anxiety, heavy exhaustion, and stress, all of it at a young age. I remember how it was difficult to shift my focus from my friends passing to basketball practice and then schoolwork. It was all confusing. And I knew it wasn't normal for me to feel that, but I just simply didn't know what was happening. Now that I look back as a college graduate, I wish there was help and education about mental health around that time because I know myself and others would have benefited from that tremendously. We didn't quite know how to cope and how long the process of grieving and coping would actually be. We didn't know until that day of my friend's passing how far poor mental health could take someone. It was simply just all brand new to us. So that was how I was first introduced to the topic of mental health. Now, growing up, I did absolutely every sport I could get my hands on. I, believe it or not, I ran cross country. I played basketball, volleyball, soccer, track. I even tried golf. That was super fun. I did just about everything. But one thing that I found in common across all of these sports is that practice simply makes perfect. And if you want to be good or great, actually, you have to be willing to put in the quality time and dedication. With quality time comes quality focus. And that itself can take a lot of energy and mental space in your mind. And I think that it is so important to address that early on. I am in a sport now where there are a lot of physics involved. And by physics, I mean force, mass, acceleration, torque, tension, all of it. And so a slight mishap in my technique can make the difference of a new personal record in distance and not. And in some cases, it can be the difference between being at the top of the leaderboard and then the bottom of the leaderboard. So it's safe to say that there's a lot of pressure when competing in an individual sport because ultimately that's your name being called up to throw. It's not your team. The whole team doesn't come up to you in the ring. That wouldn't be enough room in the ring. It's just you. It's just you. You, your implement, and you're right there. You have all the nervous energy and then you have to go. So, one thing that has helped me stay grounded all these years of competing is simply reassuring myself that I am doing the best that I can, regardless of what kind of day it is. And ultimately, I worked another day towards becoming a better athlete. It is so easy to get wrapped up in all of the stressors that come with school, sports, work, extracurriculars, clubs, activities, literally anything, and just simply juggling it all. I can already think of 5 moments where I thought to myself, I don't think I can do this for much longer. It's kind of embarrassing. This is a lot. How am I going to get through this? And I remember I felt stressed, overwhelmed. I was exhausted after a full night's of rest. And then I was exhausted throughout the rest of the day because even though my body was laying down and resting, my mind was already going a million miles an hour, thinking about how far I need to throw in order to qualify for regionals and championships and what score I need to get on the next exam in order to boost my grade or keep my grade or, however it works out at the time. And literally just anything and everything else in between. There's it's just a lot happening. But you have to sit back and remind yourself that what you're doing is a lot, but that does not mean impossible. Let me just say that one more time. Let me just say that one more time. I know somebody needs to hear it. What you are doing is a lot, but that does not mean impossible. There are ways to continue to do what you love without experiencing such burnout, stress, anxiety throughout the entire length of this journey that we simply just call life. So, ways that I managed it was by getting help. I am someone who is not quick to ask for help. I would rather fail on my own before asking for help because I felt that it would put a burden on another person. Newsflash, that's not true at all. It is not true at all. After I have a conversation with a professional, I feel so much better because I got to just leave it all out on the table and ultimately just get it off my chest. I go to practice that day with a new look on how I've progressed over the years. And it makes me excited to look ahead on how much more progress I can make. In those moments, I don't think about the rankings, the numbers, none of it. I just simply think about how far I have come. And trust me, I've been in this sport for over 5 years, well over 5 years. And so I've come a long way. But those little moments can make the biggest difference. Another thing that I do is journaling. If you're like me and super busy, there is a quick yet effective way to journal out your day. It's an app that I use on my phone. It's called Daylio, Daylio. And I'm able to journal by simply just clicking on the activities that I did in the day and the overall mood. It takes me less than a minute to journal, to create my journal entry, and it helps me think about the highlights of my day. So, those two things, along with some mindfulness exercises, proper nutrition, and hydration, has allowed me to tap into another level of focus that I use in practice. And overall, I am becoming a more calm and a more mature athlete each day. So, student athletes, you matter. I cannot stress that enough. You matter. Your mental health matters. You can only be as good as your mind allows you to. So you have to take care of yourself. And please know that it is 100% okay to say you need help. Now, if you are someone that feels that you are a safe space for others to vent to, please share that. Please, please, please share that. You never know when a friend of yours needs someone to listen to and they don't know who to go to. For me, I know I have some teammates that are that safe space for me, and they know that I am that safe space for them. And please check in with your friends and your loved ones. You don't know what they are going through until you listen for yourself. Be a lending ear, grant someone a helping hand, and go change the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for your time. I wish each and every one of you the absolute best. And if I did not stress this enough, you matter. Your mental health matters. And I hope you enjoy the rest of today's programming. Thank you so much. And I cannot leave this without saying, go Bees.